will this mean in terms of services delivered to New Yorkers? I just spoke with some of the union representatives. They say it's going to mean, a drastic slowdown in some of the services New Yorkers are used to, like longer lines at the DMV, those sorts of things.
Well, actually, former Governor of Virginia told me he couldn't get the legislature to enact the measures necessary to pass a responsible state budget. So he closed the Department of Motor Vehicles 5 days out of the week, and the public was so angry that they finally got enough pressure on the legislature to act.
So you don't think it's going to be that bad, or it will be just...
Well, I think only one day a week might not be enough to get the public angry about getting their licenses or their license plates. Look, I don't know the answer. We're, as I said to you yesterday, to all of you, we're going to be in court. I have no idea what the court will do, and until the court decides whether or not this furlough is a violation of the collective bargaining agreement and therefore not within the state's power to do it, we won't know an answer. So why don't we wait till we see what the court does?
Are you saying that the governor should have shut down the DMV?
I think the governor is trying very hard to bring pressure on the unions to contribute to the fiscal mess that we're in. It is not possible to solve a $9.5 billion problem without give-ups and concessions from unions, in addition to the concessions that have to be made by every school district, by every healthcare provider, and by all the other people who work for the government performing public services.
Are you concerned it's gonna maybe go the wrong way? We've seen a lot of resentment, big rallies yesterday at the Capitol, people who are attacking the governor.
I think actually the governor is getting a lot of public support for the furloughs, and I understand why the employees of the state are unhappy. It's always true when you force everybody to give up some percentage of their income. I would expect that people would be unhappy about it. I'm puzzled about, since I know it applies to CUNY and SUNY, how do you furlough a professor who is on sabbatical? That's a good question to ask. Because Mr. Goldstein and Ms. Zimpher are going to be here this afternoon. You'll probably be there at 3 o'clock because we have a big press conference. Yes?
One of the things that I heard was that some of the employees who have personal time, vacation time, or sick time would be able to make up that 5th day by taking that day off, so they wouldn't lose any money.
I'm embarrassed to tell you I don't know whether that's accurate or not. Okay. I'll find out, though.
Okay,
Based
thanks.
on your experience in labor negotiations, do you think the governor's move is legal?
Is legal? I think that's for the court to decide. If it was totally without any merit, I don't think they would have done it. So other states have done it. It depends a bit on the statutes and on the emergency powers that a governor may have. They did it in New Jersey, and I understand it was sustained by the courts there. I mean, I think there are probably a dozen states that have done the equivalent of furloughing some of their employees in addition to layoffs. But if the furlough doesn't work, I'm sure there will be layoffs.
Did you tell the governor your opinion on this? Did you advise him?
I have talked to the governor extensively about this for the last 6 months. Yeah.
Did you try to talk him out of it?
I've never said what my private advice to the governor is, and I'm going to continue. It's not appropriate for me to describe my private conversations.
Are layoffs something you are looking at? Is that something that's being considered?
I would certainly have no problem with it.
Is that something that's being looked at, though, by the second floor?
I think you'd have to ask the governor whether he would do that if the furloughs were rejected.